Well, our next dish is going to be a polenta lasagna. And what we've done is we've made some soft polenta. And we're going to layer this into a casserole dish with some sauteed mushrooms, some prosciutto, and some ramps.
Okay, ramps. That's not something I would find in Italian cooking.
Now, a ramp is a wild vegetable that grows in New England. That's kind of the combination between garlic and a shallot. Mm-hmm. So it's very complementary to use with mushrooms and stuff like that.
Move this out of the way. Let me put this down here so that's easy for you to do. Okay, so ramps, and where are we going to find those?
Well, ramps we find all over New England, and it's kind of a springtime vegetable that is around for about 2 or 3 weeks of the year.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is cut the polenta, and we're going to make it so that we can do 4 little lasagna-like layers.
All right. Then what?
We've got our pan warming up.
Do you need some olive oil?
Yeah, we're going to need a little olive oil.
Will you want extra virgin or light?
Oh, let's go with extra virgin.
Extra virgin. Okay, a little extra virgin goes in the pan. And now I can see we have some really, really interesting ingredients here. So we have prosciutto di San Daniele. Beautiful. And usually that's very thinly sliced, but now you're going to do it in a julienne, right? So it's a little thicker, right?
Exactly. We're going to use some of the, and I like to use the fat ends, you know, because the flavor is one of the most important parts of the ham.
This is a ham that's cured with just salt.
Just salt and thyme.
T-I-M-E. It has to come from a particular breed of pig, right?
Correct.
It comes from Friuli, Venezia Giulia in the northwestern part of Italy. Have you ever been there?
I have. I have.
And so
it's
you've seen
how
this ham is made. And it's got a beautiful rosy color, doesn't it?
Yeah,
very, very nice.
And you know, the air's a little drier up there, and that's a big, big proportion of why these hams are the way they are.
This is an artisanal ham. It's actually a PDO ham, right?
Yep.
It's a protected designation of origin, meaning it has to come from a certain region of Italy. It has to abide by certain rules. The pigs have to be a certain breed. They have to eat certain things. Okay, so we have that. Then what happens?
So we're going to take some ramps here and just do a very, very thin slice. And like I said before, these are kind of a combination between garlic and shallots.
Okay, so they're a little milder tasting, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that they complement the mushrooms really, really well.
Okay. What should I do?
Well, you could grab a dish for us to put our polenta into.
Okay. With flour, right? Or no flour?
No, no flour for this one.
No flour. Okay, just a dish. All right. You mean a buttered dish?
There we go.
Okay, here we go. A buttered dish. Here's a little butter.
So we're going to take some of our mushrooms, put them in with the ramps, and just saute these.
Okay, you're just using regular mushrooms?
Yep. Or you could use whatever you want. You know, seasonally, you know, there's all kinds of great mushrooms here in New England. Especially at the farmers markets. I'm sure there's some interesting foragers.
All right, so here's your little dish.
Perfect. So,
okay, so you're going to bake that in the oven. Okay.
Yep. And we'll start by putting a layer of polenta down.
Oh, yes. Very
and then
nice.
We'll do another one here. And then the next step is we'll be adding the mushrooms to on top of that polenta.
Okay.
And then we'll put another layer, and then we'll top it with some cheese.
All right. And then that's it? That's the whole dish?
And then we'll pop it into the oven with a little bit of DOP gorgonzola on top.
Okay, we should really talk about that DOP gorgonzola, which is right here. That's another artisanal cheese, right?
And these are, you know, just like the Grana, which comes from the Lombardia region. Gorgonzola is one of the other really outstanding products from this area.
This is a blue vein cheese.
Blue vein, very mild, cow's milk.
Yeah. Soft, very soft.
And it's made up in the mountains generally.
You're just adding that now. Whoa, this is going to have great flavor.
So we didn't want to cook it too much. We're just trying to incorporate those flavors together.
And it's a good way to think of a prosciutto instead of always having it raw. And it just, I mean, having it just without cooking it. All right, what happens now?
We're going to put just a little pinch of thyme.
Little fresh thyme goes in. That looks good. This is easy.
And yeah, we get a lot of great forage mushrooms up in Maine, so this is kind of a
Smells so
fun
good.
way for us to use some of the shanks of the hams in different ways. And so then what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this and put it on top.
Move this out of the way here so you have some room. Beautiful. You want to get that closer to you so you can...
There we go.
That dish. Okay.
And then we're going to take another layer of polenta, put that on there.
It's a very classic Northern Italian dish with the polenta.
Yep.
Do you use a particular kind of polenta, or do you like stone ground polenta?
Yeah, you know,
or,
I mean,
raw cornmeal?
You know, we actually try to, source polenta from, people in New England, actually. There's some very interesting people that are growing the traditional 7-row corn that makes the polenta.
That's beautiful. It's so simple.
So now we'll just take a little bit of gorgonzola.
Okay, are we going to cover this?
No, we're just
No,
going to put it
just
in the oven and just
let
kind of
that
let it
melt.
warm up and
Wow,
let it do its own thing.
that's beautiful. Beautiful. Ooh, so easy and so elegant.
And there we go.
So what temperature are we going to cook that at?
We'll just put it in at 300 and let it go for about 20 minutes.
300.
Until
Okay, why
everything's
don't
nice and warm.
I think I've got the oven already preheated at 350, so you can lower it when you go over. Put it in the top oven.